I'd like to call the Clinton County Drainage Board meeting to a start for our November the 4th meeting, and apologize about the time, but obviously we were somewhat busy this morning. So first thing on there is the approval of the minutes. So I have,
Move to approve the minutes.
and obviously I will second that. Minutes approved. Moving on, the I-65 culvert lining project with NDOT. And
Yes, good morning. We've been working with the NDOT on the project here on the Braden Kramer open ditch. What the NDOT would like to do is that culvert is deteriorating and needs to be replaced. So we've been working with them, and we have the folks from NDOT here today who would come up and present their project to us.
You want me up there?
Yes, please.
if you would, please.
All right. Oh, I'm fine. I'm Chris Wheeler. I'm from NDOT. I'm the bridge engineer for the Crawfordsville District. So the pipe we're talking here is about a mile or so north of the State Road 28 interchange. As Dan mentioned, it is deteriorating, so we're trying to line the pipe. It's not a replacement, so we're basically going to shove another structure inside of it to act as the structural portion of the pipe, since the current one is degrading. Typically, when we do these projects, we do hydraulic modeling in advance. Since it's a legal drain, we've been coordinating with Dan, and he had some concerns with how we did our modeling on the front end. And we came to an agreement that we would increase our discharge that we modeled by 50%, because Dan was concerned with some of the developments you have coming. He just wanted to make sure that there wasn't going to be any flooding on nearby properties. So I think we've coordinated with him, we've increased our numbers. I think it's still meeting what we need to meet. The backwater has decreased, so there shouldn't be any flooding. And I think that's pretty much the sum of everything.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yep.
You can see on our catchment map there, gentlemen, the size of the watershed we're dealing with. And this has been reviewed with Butler, Furman, Seifert, Mr. Mark Shimolewski. We've had numerous meetings with NDOT on that, and I think we have a satisfactory conclusion. It should accommodate everything we need. Worst case scenario, if we find out it doesn't, there is a possible jack and bore project that could be done later on if we find that there's a problem.
Okay.
So it's my recommendation that we accept NDOT's proposal and that allow them to move forward with the replacement or rehabilitation of that pipe.
Obviously, Dan has made his recommendation, and I know that you discussed it before with us a little bit, so entertain a motion.
Move to approve the proposal for the culvert lining on I-65.
Good, and I will second that, and I appreciate both of your efforts to listen to us so that, you know, in the future, hopefully.
Well, we always want to be a good partner, so
I understand, I appreciate that.
thank you, gentlemen.
Been great working with you guys, and sorry for the delay. Normally, we would start about 10:15, but
That's perfectly
this is an unusual day.
Yeah.
All right.
And what is your name, sir, just to get it in the minutes? What's your name?
All right, my name is Pat Warbaker. My name is Alice, I'm the project manager.
Okay. Yeah, on there, great, perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen, very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
We have so many other projects in Clinton County, so we need your assistance getting them through.
Appreciate it, both of
Thank
We
you.
look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you.
Take
If you want to
care,
come
guys.
back to our next data center meeting, you're more than welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Next, it looks like we have the assume the jurisdiction of the petition for Kerry and Brandon Dunn. So, gentlemen.
Yeah, we've got a existing legal, or not an existing legal drain, but a drain that has been in existence for some time. And there is a process that allows us as a board to take drains under the legal drain status. So we have been following that. We have a petition, we have it signed by all the involved landowners. And there is the photo of the drain itself. It appears to be in really good condition. I've personally inspected it all the way through that area. We don't know the year it was installed, but it is still in very good shape. It's not quartered out. There's an interesting T situation up there by the driveway on that wooded area, but it's held up beautifully over the years. It was the way it was done, years and years ago. But it is functioning. The owner or the petitioner did open it up and made a repair on their own at that junction point. And we have been working with them now since they built that house, 4 or 5 years now, something like that. And I think it does make sense to bring this in under the legal drain so that we can continue to operate that drain. And it eliminates any problem working with landowners. When we started this, we were having a little problem working with the one landowner who owns the wooded area there, but that has since changed hands. The new gentleman is much more equitable to work with. So he's all on board. He has actually signed a petition. So it's my recommendation that we take this under a legal drain status, and it'll be known as the Kings Corner Regulated Drain.
What's the address on that what road is that?
That is 200 south and 900 east.
Okay.
It's in the Williams Circle watershed.
One of the Dunn farms right there.
Okay. I'm
Carl Dunn.
Yeah, and Corey Dunn and Brandy Dunn are the ones who sent the petition in. Corey was here earlier, but he had to, since the meeting started so late, he had to leave and get back to work.
I'll make a motion that we allow the surveyor to take jurisdiction of this drain.
And I will second that, gentlemen. I appreciate it. Obviously, it's in good shape, I hope, so.
Appears to be in great shape. We can see the installation in some of our older photographs, so we know where it's at, and the outlet looks good.
Good.
Did we go inside and look?
I crawled through it personally.
Did you? Okay.
Did not.
Motion carries. Next, we have the Yazzle Branch Number 1 tile vacancy.
I'll let Mr. Light explain this one. I think he's a little more familiar with it than I am.
Sure. So the Campbell Family Limited Partnership owns this. I think it's a 78-acre field, and they're having it system tiled by the Pence Group. They did a lot of exploratory potholing and digging on this tile and found that, here's the plan, for the plan for the system tile. The main branch of this tile is in decent shape, but this branch number 1 here, I think it's a 10-inch tile, and it was off grade and in really bad condition. There were a lot of places where the top of it was caving in, or the top had already caved in, and it was just the dirt, holding up. Yeah, it was crushing all over the place. So they were given approval to go ahead, and you can see on the map here, they actually tiled through that portion of it. So this is kind of just a formality to go ahead and vacate that portion of it, because it wasn't providing any benefit really at all. It wasn't really draining anything since it was off grade and in really poor condition. So their system tiles improved the drainage greatly in there. So we're just asking for approval to vacate branch 1 of the J. Yazzle tile.
Okay, gentlemen, your
So my recommendation that we grant that approval. The tile is no longer in existence. It has been replaced.
Move to approve.
Second.
Vacation.
Motion carries.
I would let the record show that Mr. Brewer has rejoined the meeting.
I'll vote on that.
So,
Okay.
Yep.
and I would like to then turn it back over to President Jordan for him to carry on with the Pleasant Meadow addition. So,
Better give me your agenda there, Bert.
Okay, if you could take us through that, please, Mr. Surveyor.
The Pleasant Meadow addition is located up on the county line between us and Carroll County. That exhibit there, you can see where it's located. We do have, that's not our legal drain that comes up to there. That is under maintenance through Tippecanoe County. This area has been known to be extremely wet. I'm sure Kevin, well, he may not be familiar with that due to the fact that Carroll County takes care of that road, as I understand it. Road frequently closes in the springtime. I would assume it was closed quite a bit in June. I was not up there at that time. But this proposal involves adding 2 more houses to that site. And the research has been a little difficult on this one due to the fact that we have been moving and we cannot find some of our minutes yet. We're still working on that. They're down at Document Mountain. But I have made a request for those. I'd hope maybe a petitioner would be here to represent this project, but I don't see one. So we'll go through the report here, the water table, 2 to 18 inches. The 2 inches is in the, which area is
Yeah, it's
that?
the low area in the front there,
Okay.
whatever that,
Mahalasville?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the area plan, I'm kind of jumping over here a little bit, but they have, this is also coming up on an area plan agenda. There are numerous complaints about this site from local residents due to high water. Next slide, please.
Whoa.
Whoa, that was fast.
Don't know what happened there, sorry. Okay.
All right. As usual, dwellings with basements, it's going to be very limited due to the seasonal high water table. Somewhat limited in the area there in the greenish yellow shaded area. That area has a little bit more clearance with the water table, but still going to be difficult to build on. However, that is in the area where the 2 lots are proposed. Next one, please. No flooding on this site. And the ponding tends to be up at the front. There's also a wetland up there, which I don't think we have the wetland exhibit, but that is also deemed to be a wetland area. Any other slides?
That's it.
Okay. The trouble I have with this site is I have a recollection of the Drainage Board limiting this to 1 site in the past. However, I have not been able to find the minutes or notes to confirm that. The BZA did approve it and limited it also to 1 lot only, so it was platted as a 1 lot subdivision. And again, I hope somebody would be here to represent this, but they have not appeared. I think Moses did the work back 15 years ago, something like that, Zach.
I don't know for sure.
Could you go to his slide? Does he have a date on that? That's,
Yeah, well, this was done this year,
okay, that's the, oh, that's, yeah, okay.
so I don't know.
Yeah, but I am a little concerned with it, and I would almost, I think I want to ask that the board table it till we get some more information back on this site, and I would like to see them do a topo map, so we understand what that water's going to do, where it's going to go, and maybe some type of a drainage plan, so we understand how this is going to work. Neighbors are worried about their properties becoming more inundated with water. The gentleman with the woods there, that's to the east of that site, I know has complained. I've personally spoken with him on several times, and that was probably 15 years ago when I first started, when we looked at this site. So it's my recommendation that we table it until we can get some further information.
Okay. Any comments from the board?
Well, I think that our surveyor is right on target. It appears like with the water exposure that we've had, obviously, there should be some concerns and maybe have some restraints on it to where, it needs to be looked at further down the road, I think.
This is one of the more wet areas of the county.
Yeah, and that's a concern to put 2 properties on that property, I think, so. I think tabling it is a good idea myself to get further information.
Is that a motion?
Yes, a motion.
I'll second.
Motion carries 3-0. Okay, next one, we'll see if I can pronounce this. Ithamar Bobout?
Be about.
Be
Be
about-
about.
Yeah, I know that.
I don't know.
Be about, yeah.
We have some-
Watershed scheduled reconstruction here.
Ithamar Be About, we have discussed this, and I presented the initial petition several months ago.
September
Since
16th.
Thank you. We've added a couple more petitioners onto that list as well. 2 of them are the majority landowners in this watershed. And what we would like to do is move forward with scheduling the reconstruction hearing.
Okay,
I don't know if Mr. Light, do you have
what do we need to do?
basically pick a date that you want to do it. I think I'm going to recommend, I forget now what it was, looking at the calendar.
This year,
I'd like to do it this year,
December?
December.
Which, sorry, remind me, I did not go through. We were changing our meeting on the 2nd.
I was thinking,
To
what's
the
the
5th.
middle of the month meeting?
16?
16.
16.
That's what I was
16th,
thinking,
okay.
that would
That's-
work better for us.
Fine with me.
Okay.
Motion that we set a date of 12/16.
Second.
And we can do that in a regular meeting, and
Yeah.
should be fine.
Okay, motion carries 3-0. We will set the date for the reconstruction hearing for December 16th, 2025.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, next item, open ditch cleanout proposals.
And Mr. Light has put these slides together, so I will ask him to walk us through them. I have not looked at them yet.
Okay, so first is the Pelling Open Ditch in the Brant Talbot Walker watershed. Here's the information we sent out to contractors requesting proposals for this. Do you need to see that further?
No.
Okay. We received 7 proposals for this one. Here are the proposal amounts and the cost per outlet. And the current watershed balance is just, we have a little over 7,700 in the watershed currently, but we should be, here just after the first of the year, we'll get the fall tax installment.
Okay.
Quite a difference
There
in,
isn't a big spread.
what's the recommendation from the surveyor?
Well, my recommendation actually would be that we take all these under advisement, and then I meet with one of you members of the board, and we kind of go over those and kind of determine how we want to go.
Okay. All right.
Because there is quite a bit of discrepancy there between the bids.
Do you mean that for all of these, or?
I would actually recommend it for all of them.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Motion to do just that.
Second.
Do you want to take us, or I'll say third, but do you want to take us through all of them and then we just do
I
one?
think we should go
Do
through all of
one
them.
motion at the end.
Yeah, since
Yeah.
they were done, yes. They were all submitted on time today.
Okay.
I withdraw my second.
The next one here is the Brush Creek Open, sorry, the next one here is the Brush Creek Open Ditch in the Henry Hagan watershed. It's a rather long one, it's a little over 22,000 feet down in Jackson Township. And here are the proposals. There's 6 of them in this one, and they're quite a spread in the prices.
Almost reversing some of those contractors.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
We have the Mackenzie Rogers Open Ditch, which is also in the Henry Hagan watershed. It's down towards the county line around I-65. And here are those proposal amounts.
They're a little closer on this one.
Wow.
Okay.
And the last one here is Little Potato Creek Open Ditch in Robert Miller watershed. This one's just kind of south of Clinton Prairie. And here are 6 on these also, pretty widespread here also.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have some concerns after looking at that slide. That one is, that one's heavily wooded.
Yes. I think some of them didn't want it.
Okay. Well, we'll, I guess, circle back. Let's have a motion to take these under advisement, and then we'll work with the surveyor to come up with a plan of action across the board.
Okay. I'll make that.
And I'll second.
All right, motion carries 3-0.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Any other items for the agenda?
That concludes it, unless you all have something.
The only thing I have, the surveyor and I had talked, and we've had this on discussion point a couple times. There's a project down in the southern part of the county that would need some easements, so maybe we could give Tom some guidance to
Okay,
start
yeah.
driving. If you guys would remember, there's a drain that is essentially somewhat dilapidated, can't handle the water flow. It needs 2 easements through private landowners to basically give it a Y, so a new outlet, but not reconstructing a length of it that's essentially impossible to reconstruct to some degree. And so if we could have Tom start working on those easements for those landowners. for
I
that
can get
project.
him the information, And then we have another landowner who I've been talking with who was going to schedule a meeting with me after the crops were out. I don't know if he's completed that yet, but I believe he is also in favor of this. And he knows there are some issues with this particular drain, or actually it involves two drains.
Yeah. So, that is the only other point I had.
I say let Tom move forward with that and get it started.
They are in agreement with it, and the easements aren't going to be objected to, or?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I think if we have a boilerplate easement
Yeah, I
agreement,
gotcha.
and
Yeah.
then
They're going to be
we
okay
can
with it.
fill it in with the specifics.
I think everyone's in favor of it.
Yeah,
Good.
yep.
Improves drainage for all.
Yeah, right, I don't know what they would, but you never know, sounds good.
Okay, is there any other business to come before us?
I just want to thank you for this beautiful room, gentlemen.
Yeah.
It's nice to have that full meeting we had earlier and plenty of room. Seems like I couldn't see the back, but
It was
looks like it
full.
worked great.
Okay, with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.